This is Herb White with the Charlotte Post, hanging out today with Johnson C. Smith football coach Maurice Flowers. You've had 4 months to digest a record-breaking season in terms of wins, a bunch of new records for players individually, collectively as a team. How do you feel now that you've had 4 months to get away from it?
Well, I feel re-energized, really ready to go. Our young men have been having a good off-season, winter workouts in preparation for spring. Well, first, I guess I'm proud of them for how they finished the semester academically. We did well in the classroom. Team GPA right at 3.0, and very proud of that, and just really proud of how our young men, they're just showing how hungry they are, have come with a lot of energy, a lot of juice in our off-season workouts, and practice 1 was good, and we're looking forward to practice 2 being good also.
Obviously, this is the first week of spring ball. It's getting to know you time where new players,
Yes.
new coaches maybe, are learning each other and trying to figure out and improve on the season in which you went 8-2.
Yes.
How difficult is that in terms of flipping that page, because it's a brand new year, brand new group of characters, and maybe even some changes in scheme?
Yes. Well, I don't think it's that much to get going, to be energized and just excited about where we are. I really am happy with the attitude the young men have. I mean, because we ended the year on a down note, and to really, for the guys to take it as what it was really just an opportunity to learn and grow from. And they've done that, and I'm just excited about the way that they're approaching this with a business-like manner. We know we have work to do. We know we have room for a lot of improvement. And even though it was a record-breaking season, there's still a lot of things that we have left to accomplish. And so with those things not in the back of our mind, in the front of our mind, we know the only way to get to them is to go to work and improve.
In order to win something in November in the CIAA, you have to start in March.
Yes.
With the onset of spring practice. Considering the changes in the CIAA,
Yes.
at least from the folks that we knew about last year, Virginia State, Virginia Union, both suffered heavy losses. Would it be too much to consider Smith the favorite in March going
No.
into the season?
Of course not. That would be against everyone's thinking to even think that Johnson C. Smith University would be a favorite. And I expect us to be ranked or predicted to be lower. I think it's just so new to everyone that Johnson C. Smith should be considered to be a favorite in the CIAA. We do have a lot of young men returning. We've got a very talented team. We had some good mid-year transfers come in, but I really would think, even with the losses of Jada Byers and Isaac Anderson, the All-American D tackle, and Virginia State with all of their guys, even with all of those losses, I still would think that Virginia Union, Virginia State, Fayetteville State, and everybody's favorite Winston-Salem State, I'd expect those teams to still be thought of before Johnson C. Smith, but we don't mind at all.
Is that something then that you can go back to as a coach and motivate this group? Because it's like, well, no matter what you did last year, there are going to be people who still think that was a one-off, a fluke, an accident, whatever.
Yeah, that's pretty much how we take it. But we just worry about us, and when we worry about us, we just know that we're focused on getting better. We know that we didn't finish the season right, so for us to have an opportunity to finish the season the right way, we have to do the small things starting now. And it was very easy for us as a staff, and then we pointed out to the team. It was very easy to point out to the team, and so they could see there were areas where we could start seeing chinks in our armor, and so we've really concentrated on those in the off season, and we're looking forward to improving upon those areas, and we're just looking forward to being a better team. And that's what I think this team is really grasping, is that we were 8-2 and reached the highest ranking at number 16 in top 25 that Smith has ever had, and we feel like we can be better.
When you talk about those new people, obviously among the transfers, Kelvin Durham, who you coached and recruited at Fort Valley State, is your new quarterback. Talk a little bit about not only what he brings to this offense, but some of those other folks that you need
Yes.
to have play at a high level to get where you want to go.
Yes. Well, first off, with Kelvin Durham, man, he just brings a smile to my face because when I remember recruiting him out of South Dade High School in Miami, he was a boy. And when we left to come here, he was still in the process of getting to be a young man. And now what we get out of him is we get a winner. He was 8-2 as a first year starter, and then he was 8-3 as they beat us his second year as a starter in the Florida Beach Bowl, and that gave him 8 wins. And then they were 6-4 last year. So you got a guy that's used to winning. He's a playmaker. He's a true dual threat. Can run, can throw, and the thing that I like about it, he's got a lot of toughness with him and grit with him, and he's a competitor. He doesn't like to come up short. So I'm excited about him. And, standing on the offensive side, wide receiver Reggie Brigham from Tuskegee, outstanding, and has made some good plays for us in practice one. Offensive lineman Brendan Arrington has done an outstanding job, can play center guard or tackles, done a good job for us. And then the tailback, Antonio Krim. Krim is a guy. He comes to us from UNC Pembroke. Has done an outstanding job so far. And then on the defensive side, our focus was to get bigger in the D line, and boy, we brought some big ones in. Very excited about Quentin Williams, formerly of Mallard Creek, University of Miami, and Marshall University. Excited about the 3 young men that we brought from Lewisburg that played in the Junior College National Championship. 3 big linemen, 2 defensive tackles in the defensive end, and then in the secondary brought in a couple guys. I'm excited. As you can tell. Then this guy's not new, but he's new to the position that he's going to play for us this year, and that's Kavaris Crouch. He's going from tailback to linebacker, and you got a guy that's all rookie in the SEC and then second team all Big Ten when he was at Michigan State. Just really excited for him. And now Vincent Hill, Mike linebacker. Vincent Hill transferred to us from Tuskegee as a freshman and sophomore. Vincent was all SIAC second team, I believe, both years, and he steps in where Jack Smith played. So a lot of talent, but now we've got to get that talent molded together and get some chemistry.
What makes you most excited about spring ball, other than hopefully not getting anybody hurt?
For sure. What gets me most excited is the opportunity for the young men to really take advantage of opportunity. We did bring in what seems to be our average for mid-year transfers from the transfer portal. We did bring in 12, and that's been our number. And the reason that we keep that number kind of small is because we, as a coaching staff, I just love my staff, but I love the way that we recruit. And we've recruited a lot of young men here. And so the young men that we've recruited, we believe in being loyal. And so the young men who had people in front of them that might have graduated or they're not here anymore, those young men, we didn't just run to the portal and say we got to replace them. What we did was it's now opportunity. And so we've given young men that we've recruited the opportunity to, hey, go be the number 1 or go be the number 2 or the number 3 or the number 4. And so, and the way with football now in college, you can go to the transfer portal in March or April to get April or May to get what you might need. And so, but before we would even think about that, we believe in our young men that are here in the program now.
Again, coming off 8-2, 8 wins in a row to start the season, falter at the end.
Yes.
Is that the carrot or the motivation or the stick, whatever metaphor you want to use, for this group in terms of we didn't quite get it done when the lights were brightest, and this is the year that you need to try to get over the hump?
Well, you know what? We really haven't spoke of let's get over the hump. What we spoke of is just the next steps for this program. And the next step for this program is let's be better than we were last year. And to be better than we were last year, we know we have to do certain things. So that's pretty much the motto or the mantra that we've had. Let's do things, let's do winning things, and let's go take the steps that we need to be a better team in 25 than we were in 24. So what does that include? It includes being better than 8-2. It includes a few other things also.
And those other things are new things.
Yes, sir.
CIAA title game, making the Division II playoffs for the first time ever.
Yes, sir.
Is that something where now this group has dialed in and is more appreciative of the possibility of making more history?
I think when you look at everything that happened for us in 24 that was so new for the program, we had so many things happen that were new to the school, the program, and things like that. And so it was just so good to see our young men just go through it, but at the same time, we didn't conquer everything. We didn't handle everything correctly. We didn't handle all of maybe the press, maybe practices, or maybe something we didn't handle them right. So what we've done, we've looked at ourselves. That's the first thing we do. We look at ourselves. Let's see where we get better, and let's go get better. Let's take those steps. I mean, we don't look at it as really, yes, you can look at it right then. It was disappointing, but we're going to learn from it because, again, this program has never been in that situation before. So really, we took it as an opportunity to learn, and we're going to get better. So now we've been through those things. We've been through the disappointment. We've been through, though, being ranked in the top 25 before. We've been through being on ESPN, the college game day 3 or 4 times being mentioned. That's never happened. So we've been through a lot of things that this program hasn't had to do before. So now that we've had that experience, we'll handle them better when they come up again.
So there you have it from Johnson C. Smith football coach Maurice Flowers. It's a little chilly out here. It's the start of spring break is right around the corner.
Yes, sir. Next week.
But spring football is here, and we will keep you up to speed with all things Golden Bulls throughout the process here at the Charlotte Post and the charlottepost.com. Until next time, I'm Herb White.